some reason now we got a fucking glow over there. I'm gonna try to clean my lens. I'm gonna try to clean my lens real quick. So sorry. Yeah. Geez, that seemed to work, huh? I'm gonna put it back over here now. Morning, everyone. Well, good morning. If anybody's in here. I know somebody's in here. Good morning. I smoked my breakfast, so I'm going to stay nice and calm today. This girl still hasn't shed yet. But she's going to probably shed tonight. I just fed her Wednesday. I just fed her Wednesday too. What's this girl doing? Hey, you want to come out and see Dad? Come out and say good morning? You want to say good morning? Huh? Why don't you come up and say good morning? Come on. I know, I guess slide you forward. I'm sorry. I know Dad didn't really get you very good, did he? Evie gets in here, we'll take her snakes out. But I figure we might as well start with this girl. Everybody likes Roxy. Including me, obviously. Good morning, Dale. I think it's just you and me. That's fine, dude. Appreciate you saying good morning. I'll wait a little longer, see if anybody else comes in. Nobody else comes in. I'm just going to shut off today. Geez, fucking snowing here this morning, bud. It's supposed to turn to rain now. It's supposed to be like 40 today. Gonna be beautiful, but can start next week. Monday's supposed to be really nice. That's all good, bud. Good morning. I didn't start late this morning. Yeah, I figured you guys always normally get rain, I think, anyway, when we get snow. But yeah, it's supposed to change over to all rain, later. But it's been snowing pretty good this morning. It covered the ground. But I got hardly any snow left anyway. By the end of next week, I probably won't have any snow here. Good morning, everyone. Sitting here chatting with Dale while he's waiting to go get on the boat and go feed fish. That's still fucking... honestly, I think that sounds like a fucking cool-ass job, man. Honestly. You've been doing it for a while now. Good morning, Flirting with Disaster. We're gonna stay nice and chill today. Morning, Evie. I'll get your snake out. I don't know if I took Lieutenant Dan out yesterday for you, so my hands are cold. He's gonna love it. My hands are chilly this morning, I can tell. I'm getting ready to go find more stuff for this gecko to climb around on since... Oh, Reptihorn's back. I thought maybe he was the guy that unsubscribed. You got lost one, Dale. This is Lieutenant Dan, Evie. Figured I'd take him out for you. I don't know if I took him out for you yesterday. Where do you think you're going to? She's trying to get the paper towel roll. He's such a good boy. You take your snakes outside. Oh yeah, I take mine out definitely when it's warm out. I like taking videos outside because the lighting in here is shit, right? And this camera, the back facing camera on my phone is nowhere near as good as. I think this guy's gonna shed. Actually, I think this guy's gonna shed, Evie. But that's Lieutenant Dan. Well, Danny boy. But look at this girl. She wants to get that paper towel roll. Here, girl. I'll turn around. I'll take these shipping boxes down and I'll stick her up on top of the rack. She likes that. Let me just move these boxes. Evie's box and Heather's box. Here, girl, I'm gonna. She knows what's going on. She says, Dad's gonna let me go climb around up there on that rack. Yes, I am, girl. Yes, I am, girl. Oh, she's wrapping my arm up now. Oh, she's hilarious. Give her a little smooch this morning. As she whacks me in the face, huh? Fucking whack. I hope the fuck not. I hope to never get bit in the face. That'd be the fucking worst. BB and 30. All right, buddy. That's fine. Again, you know, for as busy as you are, Bob, I appreciate you fucking spending the amount of time that you do here. All right, Evie, here comes Romeo. I was going to put her up there, but now she's fucking settled down. See, that's the thing. Sometimes he just peed this morning, too. I had 10 friggin' snakes this morning to change. Can you imagine if I did have fucking snakes that I was worried about and having to change 10 of them this morning? I couldn't imagine. Here's Romeo. Romeo's coming home Tuesday night. That's the one thing I forgot to ask Heather is I need Heather to check her weather too for Tuesday night. He does, and when this guy is really pretty. He's got no normal colors whatsoever. It's like, I don't know, like a tannish gold. And then he's got that, it is brown. It's not like black. It looks like it's black, but it's like a dark brown, almost black. The rest of their pattern, his pattern. And he's got a, looks like a pine tree on his head, which is perfect for Maine. Gonna be a long few days for Evie waiting. You're freaking right. We've all been there. You probably wasn't necessarily sure that you were going to get a snake or not when going to that reptile show, but I'm sure that night before that you knew you were going to that reptile show, Evan, I'm sure you were pretty fucking excited about going too. You know what I mean? Knowing there's a chance you could come home with something. You know. It's the same way. And honestly, you know, if you love animals, it doesn't matter what the fuck you got coming, you know what I mean? Whether it's a snake or a lizard or... Yeah, actually, I was kind of hoping it was going to be a little warmer. Yeah, well, that's it. And as soon as you wake up, the first thing on your mind is fucking that reptile show. Yeah, we've been there. I mean, it's probably as close as you're ever going to get to fucking Christmas morning being a kid. You know, honestly. That's kind of the way it was for me. It was kind of nice because, like I say, you know, it sucks fucking when you wake up that Christmas morning and you realize you go, what the fuck? It just, everything feels different. You're not really pumped about it. But, you know, as an adult, getting reptiles is like the fucking closest thing you can come to Christmas. I'm gonna try to fucking see. I'm gonna try to watch my mouth because I do. It does put some people off, but I'm a fucking retired carpenter. You know, I'm a redneck blue collar worker that loves animals. So, I don't know how to be other than blunt a lot of times. And I know I rub people fucking wrong. And the more people watch me and the longer you watch me, like it's going to be like I said, you're either going to fall in love with me or you're going to fucking absolutely hate me. And, that's fine. Everybody's, and I realize that because I'll tell you right now, 90% of the population isn't for me, so. But this is where, I'm a fucking blue collar worker that's got a bad mouth, never had to worry about my mouth. Yes, I talked like this when my kids grew up. No, I did not let my kids talk like that. And some people go, oh, well, isn't that asinine? You're supposed to, lead by example. I was leading by example. There's all kinds of shit in life that they're going to want to do, but not necessarily going to be the right thing. So I was basically teaching them right from wrong. And I always told them, just because I do it doesn't mean it's all right for you. When you're 18 and over and you want to act like, me or whatever, that's on you. But I've done my job to get you to the point where I've instilled good morals and what it takes to be a good person. And they're fucking really good kids. None of them have ever been fucking in trouble by the law. And they're plenty old enough now. I mean, my son's 27, 28 years old. Our youngest daughter's only 6 months younger than my son. And then our oldest daughter's like 30. So Christ, I spent a lot of time in jail. I spent a lot of time in jail. Look at this girl. You gotta love this girl. I do. I mean, they're all just kind of like her, but it's just, she's big, she's my biggest, heaviest snake, and to have, her act like my smaller ones, what I mean? It's awesome. I love the fact that, that when these guys get big, they're still going to act like my ball pythons, even though she's going to be massive. My wife grabbed her yesterday morning because, like I said, I had to change her enclosure yesterday morning. So wife grabbed a hold of her, and this girl is just a muscle. She's all muscle. And my wife goes, holy crap, she's heavy. And I go, yeah, just imagine if, she, got a little bit of an attitude. Holy fuck, this girl, I'm telling you, this girl would, she would make me feel uncomfortable if she ever fucking squeezed me anywhere near as hard as she could right now, let alone when she gets bigger. I don't really want to mess with Aurora, but, I really want to give her a chance to shed before I mess with her. I've been messing with her every day while she was in blue, and this girl's in her hide right now. Who do you guys want to see? Anybody want to see anybody? What do you guys want to talk about? Let's not talk about shit that I get excited about, though. I'm going to try to stay nice and relaxed. Next t-shirt. I told you I'm going to be at the HUD at 9. That's true. I know, Evie. Evie. Next t-shirt. She's beautiful. Doing well. Next t-shirt. Flirting with Disaster. What does he mean by next t-shirt? My next t-shirt that I'm going to come out with? I do want to come out with t-shirts. Supposedly, I got to talk to my daughter, though. I wish I was in any shape or form to have all my t-shirts embroidered. Fuck that stick-on shit, you know what I mean? Like this. I am gonna do up a couple embroidered for me and the wife, you know, to wear. You know, spend the extra money for hours, and I mean, I'll can give. I'll once I find out what they're gonna be. I already know it's gonna be a lot more money than these stick-on things. But once I actually have an idea and have an idea how long it will take, if because I'm not gonna want to do up a bunch of T-shirts, but if somebody wants one, I can tell them what they cost, and then I can have them make them up. I know you are, Evie, you know. And I know a lot of people would love to have the fucking embroidered T-shirts. And I'll tell you right now, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna charge over what the T-shirt people are gonna charge. But because I do want good quality, you know, and I'm sure you guys all do too. I'm not gonna skimp on the fucking quality of the actual T-shirt itself. Or, you know, and like I said, I want to have mine embroidered so they'll hold up. You know, these hold up good even when they, you know, use the real good shit quality. But after about, you know, a couple months, then the letters start fading, and then the next thing you know, you start losing letters, and your pictures starts, you know. I mean, you guys know. No, and then that's fine, but I just want everybody to know up front, if you know, if the fucking T-shirt comes back and it's $30, it's not because I'm making any money, because I don't care about making money off T-shirts. That's free advertisement for me, you know, and as long as everybody else is willing. Me and Dale talked about it way back, you know. I wish I was in a situation where I could just fucking send T-shirts with all my snakes, because any snake $300 and over, I think deserves to have a T-shirt, you know. But I don't have that kind of money right now to fucking, you know, have a bunch of T-shirts up, and to also, I'd have to have all the different sizes, so it's just easier to kind of, you know, one at a time. But it's gonna take some time for these T-shirts to come in too. You know what I mean? So, because I'm gonna be doing them one at a time. No, Repty Hall. I can't watch that video right now, buddy, because if I watch it, it'll fucking fuck this up and all the comments will stop, because that's what happened the last time. I'll watch it after my, you know, after today's 7-hour long fucking video or whatever. I don't know how long I'm gonna run today. I'll probably run at least to my wife's lunchtime. But and then coming up, I'm going to be working on my bike and shit, so I won't be doing lives every day. You know, I still will make sure that I get something up, you know. But it'll probably be mostly videos again, because it'll be something that I can shoot real quick and try to stay on track. Fuck it. Which I don't know. I can't stay on track whether I shoot a video or do these lives, so I guess it don't fucking much matter. Hi, Ziggy. Oh, this boy's going. Oh, he's going in the shed. If I hold it just right, maybe you can see his pink belly. Post on your motorcycle channel. I am gonna post. That's where I'm gonna kind of disappear from here, and I'm gonna start shooting my videos. I shoot a ton of videos when I'm out on the bike, but driving one-handed and holding the fucking camera up. All my videos that you see, and I've got way more than that, you know. And the worst part about it is fucking my camera was filling up. My camera filled up, the memory on it, which it's got a ton. And I also got a fucking memory card that goes in my phone that holds a shit ton. Well, I had so many videos of everything, my animals and my motorcycles riding, that I told the wife I got sick of going through and trying to pick the ones to save. So I just had to wipe them all out on both my fucking camera and on my memory card. So, but I'm going to start posting my motorcycle fucking rides again. But most of them are clips, because I got to pull my phone up. You know, when we stop and hang out and shoot the shit and stuff, then, you know, then I'll shoot like longer videos, you know, because I do have some pretty cool fucking friends. You know, I'm the only one that I think's funny out of us all, but Bob's just dry, and you'll see. But Bob's a great guy. He's just one of those dry guys, and when he tells a joke, nobody gets it. You know, or if you get it, you just go, Christ, that's something that a 2-year-old would say. You know what I mean? That's a 2-year-old kid's joke. And he thinks it's just hilarious, you know what I mean? And we're all looking at each other going, Jesus Christ. You know, come on, Bob. Can't you come up with something better than that? He's a nice guy, though. He is. He's one of my best friends. That he knows. I ain't telling you guys nothing I wouldn't say to his face, though, either. Because I'm what you see. What you see is what you get, and this guy's going into shed. This guy's going into shed too. I can tell just by looking at him, and I don't even have to look at his belly. Yep, it's pink. You get to a point, you see him so much, and when you first look in there, you automatically know. You can just tell, because they compare to what they normally look like instantly. This guy's just a normal, but he is a really pretty normal. And Dale later on, he looks like he's got Enchi in him to me, because he doesn't have like any aliens whatsoever. You see that? This is a pet store pickup, so there's no telling what the fuck's in him, you know what I mean? He's got some oranges too. And he's got those highlighted dots like the Orange Dreams get. So who knows what he actually possibly has in him. But he's got like no complete alien heads and not even look like alien heads. You know, my normal females got all kinds of, not like perfect alien heads, but they look more, have actual, alien looking pattern. I mean, these are just like, yeah, I know, I could shed test. It's still, every shed test you send out, still $30-40. $30-40 is a lot of food. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. I mean, any money I have right now, like a shed test doesn't help take care of my snakes. So right now, it's just maintaining everything that I got. And that way, if something comes up, I mean, look, I got another whole spare, Herbistat 6 just waiting to plug in if I have any problems with my other one. So right now it's just all about maintaining these guys. That's why I'm not doing t-shirts, because, doing up t-shirts to sit here and hope that, some of them sell, and me not making any money off them. So that means I gotta sit on a ton of t-shirt money that also doesn't feed my snakes, doesn't buy paper towel. You know what I mean? Like you said, I won't even buy a snake right now, which I would love to get something, because I was just talking to my wife this morning. I really want to I would love to pick up something for lepra. I'd love to pick up another leopard pastel fucking heifer clown, or get a leopard clown, to put to her, because she's ready to go. Fucking, and I could get a cheap ass male that I have to get up, a couple 100 grams to be big enough to start breeding. That's only a couple months. I could get a male that within a couple months I could get up to 600 grams and start breeding her. Males, you can breed males 500-600 grams, as small as 500-600 grams, to a 24 3,000 gram snake. That's why you see all these snake memes that people go, oh, this is what it's like if you're a snake, and they got this 7-foot tall woman and this 5-foot tall guy. Because that's really kind of the way it is breeding. Even anacondas. You look at your male anacondas, they look like shrimps. They look like babies next to the moms. But this guy is good, though. Like I said, we've only had these guys like 6 months. And I really don't think they held him a lot, but they didn't scare him. Obviously, you know what I mean. They, whatever they did with him, they did it. They did enough to where, when I got him, they weren't like overly scared. This guy did give me like a headbutt, you know, fake bite. But I reached in the enclosure and went right at him like I do the rest of my snakes, you know, right. I don't care where they're, if they're looking at me or not. And he was looking at me, and when I got close to him, he came out and just, you know, went doof real quick. But he didn't bite. You know what I mean? It was like a headbutt. So, but he's always been good since now. I mean, he's used to our routine around here. Get held a lot and, you know, get fed good. He was underweight. They were feeding him way too small of food, and I think they were feeding uh, every 2 to 3 weeks. You know, the size food they were feeding, they should have been feeding him at least once a week. You can do that, but just remember, I had a couple snakes on Repti chip, and like I said, here it was too high. It might be fine there, and that's not the thing that I'd be concerned about. If you ever decide that you want to swap from Repti chip, it took me months. It took me a month to get Callie to eat again because he liked the Repti chip, but it was just way too much humidity for me, and I didn't want to drill fucking 900 fucking holes in my tub. You know what I mean? And then start taping holes up when it starts dropping. So that's why I went with paper towel. But when I put him back on paper towel, just him going from Repti chip back to paper towel, he went a fucking month without fucking eating. You know, to the point where I was thinking about putting him back on Repti chip because it was in the beginning. And nobody talked about that either. Just changing their substrate up can fucking stop him from eating. I mean, that's why people say ball pythons are finicky and all that. And I would say they're right, but I don't have any here, you know what I mean? So when people say, oh, they're finicky, they are, because right down to changing their substrate can fuck them up. You know what I mean? It's just weird putting him on. He went right on Repti chip and he was fine eating and all that. But when I decided, fuck, it's way too high, and you know, and I was cleaning all the Repti chip out every time they went. So I was going through a ton of it too. You know what I mean? Fucking, so I decided, well, you know what? The humidity's too high, and I'm throwing more Repti chip out because I'm not a spot, you know, cleaner. I'm not doing that. So I completely threw all the shit out every time they go. So, you know, but when I figured out, wow, the fucking humidity's way too high, and I'm not drilling 900 holes in my tubs, I'm going to go to paper towel. You know, paper towel too, if you know, somebody that's thinking about buying a bunch of snakes and you're going to be having to go through quarantine and all that. I love paper towel because paper towel, fucking, you're going to pick mite trade up easy. You know, you're going to be able to tell a lot of stuff. You know, in the very beginning, when you first get any new snake, I would put them on paper towel, just so that way it'll be easy for you to pick out, be able to tell if they got mites or anything going on. You know what I mean? You'll be able to pick it right up on the paper towel instead of trying to look through Repti chip. But once they've gone through, you know, all the quarantine and you know they're all good, then do whatever you want. I'm just saying that if you decide that you want to go from Repti chip to paper towels or even some other substrate that's not like Repti chip and chunky, it could put them off. That's all. I'm just putting that out there. You know, but because nobody ever said that. No, when I put mine on Repti chip, nobody said anything to me or in any video that, oh, you know, just swapping substrate could fucking, you know, put them off from eating too. You know, everybody was just thinking about, you know, talking humidity and the other bullshit. You know, and I don't want to get into it and start it again. So fucking, but nobody ever said really anything about, oh, if you swap over from Repti chip to I don't even want to fucking say the A word because I don't think anybody should be saying the Aspen when it comes to any reptiles. You know, unless they like it bone dry and you don't have to moisten it, because that aspen molds wicked easy and fast, and it doesn't hold any moisture. You know, and you want to talk about feeding your snake and it ingesting shit. That aspen, they'll ingest all kinds of that shit. That's why a lot of your thin, you know, I like Repti Chip. If I was gonna go any substrate besides paper towel, it'd be Repti Chip, and it'd be for the simple fact that it's big, chunky fucking pieces. It holds it holds humidity, awesome. But the downside is, you know, when I had Repti Chip, I fucking would start putting like a big bowl lid in there, and I would entice them over that lid, and I'd let them eat it. They just, you know, once they grabbed it, I'd set them on the middle of that fucking Tupperware lid and let them eat it on the lid. And then once they were done eating, I'd take that fucking Tupperware lid out. But it was just so that way I didn't take a chance of fucking them getting any substrate in their mouth when they eat, because sometimes they do. The shit will stick to the fucking rat while they're fucking dragging it around on the floor and shit. It's just a little tip, you know. And it's also fucking, they know too. When you stick that lid in there, they know it's food. After a while, if you do the lid thing and put the lid, you know, on the substrate, when you stick that lid in there, that automatically becomes a trigger to them too, and lets them know that food's coming. They'll pick up on that routine of, oh, that lid comes in. Yeah, it's just the same thing as there are people out there on food night. They go in and they'll tap on each rack. And they say, oh, you know, I go through, I tap on each rack. It lets my snakes know that I'm going to be coming through next with food. And they swear that when they start opening tubs, the snakes are already there, because they know that tap is telling them that, you know, you're going to get food next. It's food night. You know, so routines, they do pick up on routines. Snakes aren't stupid. You know, you know, and the proof is nothing can survive with no arms and no legs being completely stupid. They wouldn't make it. They wouldn't survive. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, I'm not saying that, you know, obviously they're not, you know, the smartest reptile, but to think that snakes are completely stupid, I disagree. You know, and obviously I'm one of them people. Yeah, their videos of people doing like a color sign thing to train for food. Yeah, and you see with lizards that people doing the ball on a stick tap training and all that. You know, I mean, obviously that works, but I treat and train my fucking Savannah monitor like I do my puppies. You know what I mean? Fucking, but yes, I did. One thing that I did pick up from watching other people's videos with this Savannah monitor, I saw a lot that said they go in, and when they go in, if the monitor starts getting like food mode, they just hold their fist up in their Savannah monitors. After a while of that being the routine, they'd realize, oh, it's not food, and they'd come out of that food mode. Well, I was doing the same thing with my little guy in the very beginning, and still right now, if I go in and she doesn't always go into food mode a lot now, because she's used to, I can, you know, do this for the most part, unless she's like, you know, I do this and it gets caught out of the corner of her eye, she'll go into food mode real quick. But then I just hold my fist up like that, and you can just see her whole demeanor. She just relaxes, and she's like, oh shit, not food. You know, but that's really the only thing that I did with her. Everything else, you know, with any animal, if you're going to go over their head, you watch their demeanor. And with her, when I go to put my hand over her head, she does this. She closes her eyes up and just crouches down like, okay, do whatever you're going to do. You know what I mean? I can tell she's not super comfortable, but you know, that's her reaction is, okay, I'm just going to sit and close my eyes and kind of like get low to to the ground, and then I start patting her, and then you can see her. She opens her eyes, her tongue starts coming out, and then I start getting those tongue flickers that come out, and then they kind of curl around to the side of her mouth, which Kevin McCurley says that when the lizard starts like sliding their tongue to the side of their mouth and shit, not just coming straight out, he says that's when they're actually in thinking mode. And I do believe he's right, because she does the same thing like other monitors, and all monitors do that. When they go into thinking mode, instead of just coming straight out, they'll kind of go out, and they kind of like whip their tail to the side, and almost like they're wiping the side of their mouth like fucking, and she'll keep doing that, or she'll go to the other side, you know what I mean? But he's definitely right, because that I can see she seems like she's taking stuff in and not like looking for shit, you know. She's receiving instead of transmitting. Motley just ate Wednesday, so I like to give her longer. This guy's one of the peers this morning. This guy peed. Evan likes this guy. Evan likes this guy. My albino pied. Heifer pied. This is Lucky. I really wanted to come up with a kind of a Sunny name, like Sunny. You know, Sunny's that lavender albino. And I really wanted to come up with some sort of Sunny name for him, but I just called him Lucky. Albinos are nice, and they hold their colors, I mean, really well, really. I mean, they do dull up some, but they still hold their colors overall more than a lot of other snakes, you know what I mean? Because, I mean, he's a 2020, you know. And granted, fucking, he might be a little brighter than this, because this camera on the backside sucks. But, and you gotta love the eyes. And the funny part is, Evan, when I first fucking went and was looking at ball pythons and shit, all the videos I come across, they go, oh, you know, albinos tend to be, you know, tend to be a little defensive, because they got that eye, you know, they're orange or pink eyes, and they're known not to see real good, and you know, and they're not known to be good eaters, because because they can't see real good, so they're fucking, you know, they misstrike their food. And good morning, Julia. And lost train of thought. But they just said that personally they didn't think they make decent, you know, pets. All my fucking albino stuff, dude, eats great. They're not defensive at all, whether they can see good or not. And I'm sure they probably don't. I mean, having a fucking colored, you know, all colored eye like that. Morning, Skeeta. I gotta read Julia's message, because oh man, I'm so sorry to hear that, Julia. Julia's mother's not doing good. She's taking her into the hospital today. Well, I hope you get good news. Hopefully they can do something to help her feel comfortable. But yeah, and that was 5 years ago, though. I mean, but I haven't really come across any videos since. But there was a couple of people saying, you know, and I did, like I said, there was a couple videos of people kind of basically saying the same thing, that albinos are known to, you know, go off food a lot, and I don't have any of that there. And they said, you know, they tend to be a little defensive, you know, because they can't see well, and these guys aren't defensive. I mean, you know, and he hasn't been defensive since I got him, and I've never actually done that to him on his head. This snake, I've never done that to. That's the first time I've ever done it, and you saw his reaction. You know, a lot of these snakes, when I go and I touch them on the head like that and do that, it's the first time I've ever done it because I don't make it a habit of doing that. But you see, just so that way, everybody thinks, oh, they're just because they're used to it. This guy, I've never ever done that to him on his head. Never. Never ever. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. 5 years ago, there was videos of people saying, albino stuff is, all the stuff that I just got done saying. Oh, Heather's in. Hi, Heather. Go get your snakes out, or your snake out, rather. But I don't find that my lavender, my albino stuff eats great. Fucking Tiana eats fucking awesome. She's not to come right out and grab it, but once I stick it there in front of her and she studies it for a second and makes sure once she knows that it's food, bam, she all my albino stuff eats great. Your girl peed this morning. I don't remember what snake that was. Skeeta. Let me show Heather hers, and then we'll figure out what one that you want me to pull out, and cuss I'll pull it out. We just gotta figure out which one it is. All right, cool. I'll do that. Fucking the other day I didn't copyright it because Dan was looking out for me. Fucking rotten bastards. And I just picked up another fucking satellite fucking radio subscription for my motorcycle yesterday, so they shouldn't be copyrighting me for nothing. That, and there's an extra charge now on our satellite bill. It's for fucking royalties. So the motherfuckers are making their money. You know what I mean? It still pisses me off. It's not like fucking anybody's here because I'm the background music. Oh. But this is Phoenix. Phoenix, I love that right there. Oh. Oh. I'll pull her over here so we get. She looks even better. This back camera is nothing. That's why like you say, all my short clips were done with the front facing camera, and you can tell it's like the world of difference. I mean, and those are way closer. Like I said, my shorts aren't filtered. That's just taking the natural shot with the front facing camera. This back facing camera, honestly, shit doesn't really look the same. And it's really hard to get their colors on this back facing camera. Morning, everyone. You do get more bees with honey than you do vinegar. I was kind of sour yesterday, huh? I wasn't really sour. I get excited sometimes. Hey, Dale's back. Make sure everybody says good morning, Dale. Thank you for feeding our fish. For us fish people, I like fish. I haven't had salmon in a while, but I still like it. I guess I like lobster and stuff like that. I'm not a scallops person. It's just. Ugh. I've never liked scallops, but I love all of the seafood. Right down to, what is it called? The little baby octopuses there. I can't remember the name of it. It's weird. It doesn't even sound like little baby octopuses when you order it. My buddy ordered it. I go, what the hell's that? And he goes, oh, little baby octopus. And I go, what? And fucking when it comes, it looks just like little baby octopuses. But it was good. It was kind of rubbery. But that was the first and only time. Calamari? Calamari? I don't know, something like that, I think. Normally, if I go to get seafood, it's lobster and clams, man. Just bring me the lobster and clams. But see how sweet she is. She really is. She was just a sweetheart. Mm. Oops. You couldn't even see her. Sorry, Heather. Yeah. Now you can see her. Just hanging out. Heather, now that you're in here, Heather, I'm going to go ahead. I'll weigh her right up now for you. I'm going to weigh him again, too. The day that I ship them, I'm going to give you an actual, weight that day on them. So just so you'll have it. Make sure that it's on there, right? All right, girl. She's got me wrapped. We got unwrapped. And there we go. Come on, sweetheart. She is 392. And still fits in the palm of a hand. I mean, she's not big. They look a lot bigger. They look a lot bigger on camera, and when you get them home, you go, "Oh, geez, she looked a lot bigger on camera." Yeah, they always do. They always look bigger on camera. Because I remember when I first got mine, and I was like, "Wow, that looks like a big snake." And then we got it home, and me and the old lady are both laughing at each other. Oh, she is. She's beautiful. Her and Romeo both, they are pretty much. She is actually heavier than her brother. Romeo the other day, I think, was 384. What did I say she was just there? I've already forgot what she weighed. Evie, do you remember what Romeo weighed yesterday? And Heather, do you remember what I just said she weighed? Or anybody for that matter? 392, 384. 384 was yesterday, right? For Evie's? Is that what you're saying, Reptihan? Because he came up with a different number. 341. Yes, he was 341 yesterday. And she's 380, 384, 392. She's 392 and hers was 384. So, which is about right. Females do tend to grow a little faster, but weight-wise, you know what I mean? He's actually probably a little bit longer. Yeah, I'll show you brother and sister side by side. And it's cool with their head stamps. It's absolutely impossible to get them screwed up. Let's see if we can't I'll try to get her bald kind of. He's like ready to sleep. He's sleeping and such. But his head I think seems a little bigger than hers. But see, visual-wise, they look about the same size, but I can tell them sitting down, she looks a little thicker. She's got a little bit of thicker hips, than he does. But I think his head's a little longer, and maybe slightly wider than her. But yes, they are grown perfect. I mean, this is how you want them like this. You wouldn't want them thinner than this, and you wouldn't want them any heavier than this, because they'd be to the point where I'd almost think they would be too fat. They'd be kind of fat if they were, much more than what they are now, and I think they were too skinny if they were much less than what they are now. You know what I mean? So these guys are doing wonderful, and they're great eaters. The only reason this, Phoenix even did anything the other night is and wasn't really ready was because her eyes were blue. Her eyes were blued up, and I wasn't sure if she was going to eat and blue or not. And then I ended up getting her eating on that video clip. That video clip got fucking a ton of views too. I got like 400 and almost 460 views on that, I think. I think it was 358 on that little clip of Phoenix eating while she was in blue. Because I mean, a lot of snakes in blue, don't want to eat. They're not comfortable. They can't see. They don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? But her being in blue and eating the way she does, that goes to show that obviously she's more than comfortable. She just needed to smell that rat. And what it was, when I stuck it in there the first time, I took it away. She got the smell of that rat in there, and then she goes, "Oh, that's what that was. That was food." So the next time when I went in, it didn't take nothing, and she grabbed it. She just was like, but that's a true sign that she's comfortable. And she's not worried about nothing, because in completely blue, and she took her food. I have a lot that will, and I have some like Caesar's eyes caps. You can tell are so solid blue that I can do this over him, make a shadow over him, and he doesn't even know, because his eyes get so blue that. So I don't even bother heating food up if he's in blue. But Feisty will eat in blue. I mean, probably 70% of my snakes will eat in blue. I might have to offer it twice, though, because I got to get that scent of that rat in there and close up the tub, and then have them realize, oh. And then the next time I open it up, they're ready. They still make sure. Then they come out and they stick the tongue on it a few times, and then they eat it. You know what I mean? So. But it's because they're comfortable. You know what I mean? But for some of my snakes, though, I do wait. And I don't wait for them to shed. I just wait for their eyes to go back to looking normal. And then I'll offer. I don't necessarily wait till after they shed. Because all mine will eat and shed. It's just whether they have blue eye caps or not. You know. But there goes Phoenix. Oh, Heather, while you're in here, before I get too excited, I do need you to look and see what your overnight low temp for Tuesday night's going to be. As long as it's 38 and above, we can do the shipping for you Tuesday night. But I should have asked, because Evie's in New York, so she gets the same weather we do here, so I ordered one of those big puppy playpens. Well, not big, but big for us. So you can a playpen, or taking them out of their enclosure and putting them in something big to hang out in. That's different than them living in something huge. I think that's what you're getting at. I ordered a big puppy playpen. Well, not big, but not super big, but not. I got you. Her, and then in case I have to run out of the room, and some. Heather, honest to God, I set my snakes on the couch, get up, go to the bathroom. Somebody show up, Jehovah's Witness show up. I'll go outside, talk to them. I come back in, my snakes don't move. Once they're comfortable with you, but yes, it's definitely a good thing. But no, don't worry about it's their enclosure. Their enclosure, you need to worry about them being comfortable in. You can put them in a playpen. They're not going to live in that. You know what I mean? It's only 40 today and rainy. Oh, I know it. It's snowing here, but Tuesday and Wednesday night is supposed to be fucking 40, 40 for a 40 low here. So I'm wondering if your weather is gonna be, yeah, so she can be out, get out. Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you right now. I mean, if you're busy, put her in it. But she's gonna want to hang out with you. She's not. She would rather be on you, hanging out. I'm telling you, it'll get to the point where she's would rather be with you than even in a playpen running around because they won't go. She won't want to go anywhere. She just want to hang out with you. You know, but yes, that's great for, we want to put her in something that if you have to step away for to do something with your grandkids or you want to walk out down your driveway to go get the mail and come in and you don't necessarily want to put her in a tub. You can take these guys outside. I take mine out all the time in the summertime. It's just about that temperature. I don't really like to take them out unless it's like, 80 degrees out, 78, 80, and if it's 78, 80 out, depending if it's windy, breezy, kind of a cool breeze or a warm breeze is how long I take them out for. But if it's 80 and above and they're not digesting, I fucking take them out and I fucking hang out with them as long as I want. I go out and do shit I go and set my snakes on the seat of my bike while I'm polishing shit. And they stay right there. They are totally comfortable. I do put a towel down on my black ass seat on my bike though. I put a gray towel. I put a towel that's not gonna just absorb the sun and they're gonna bake on my seat. But I will. I'll put a towel over my seat and I'll sit them on my seat and they'll just kind of wander around on my seat, They don't really go anywhere. When they're comfortable with you, they just want to be there hanging out with you. They're not going to care to go away. I put Cleo down on the grass, and I could tell it was the first time she's ever been in the grass because she was all like, holy fuck, what is this? And, she's looking like like the Loch Ness Monster. Because she didn't like the fucking grass touching her belly, so she was like, had this little bit of her body touching the grass, and she's all telescoped up and all that. And when she finally realized it was cool, I stepped 6 feet away from her, and what's the snake do? She doesn't go anywhere. She starts coming towards me. Like you see the guys with the big retics when they take them outside. I can't think of his name. I can't remember his name. Retired military guy. He's got lots of burn. He's got a couple berms and he's got some retics and I can't think of the guy. Yeah, I mean, like I said, my vet tech all last summer had hers out all the time in the summer. Like I said, in hers, she goes to visit her friends, and her snake just sits here and hangs out on her. She says she never has to worry. She goes in and she sets her down in front of her on like the table. If they're hanging out at the table, she just sits there and hangs right out in front of her. Because she's made that bond with that snake. That snake is more comfortable with her than with anything else other than her enclosure. And that's where it's amazing. People really love seeing them as well. Yes, they do. And it's good for other people. That he's meaning it's good for other people to see when you have yours out and you go in public. Because, yes, Intrepid Exotics. Thank you, Heather. Intrepid Exotics, he puts his out and he goes and he sits over and then you see him coming right to him. I mean, not all the time, but most of the time they're like staying right with him. And, good morning, Bold Exotics. Depending on the temperament, I plan to take the bower all at the Blueberry Fest. And, yeah. You know what I mean? And obviously, you're probably not you're going to have an enclosure with you because you're probably not going to have it around Jeanette the whole time you're driving. But why not? Because if it's not comfortable, you've got, a tote or a tub of some sort of something that you brought it in. So if things don't go well, you can go stick it in your car at least. You know what I mean? Well, as long as you can get like shade, I guess. You don't want it baking in a car, but and you don't want fucking it in the car where somebody could steal it either. But you know, I can't wait till I get something of size. You know, Roxy is a perfect candidate for me to go to the grocery store. You know, and go in there and grab some shit and fucking and walk out. I mean, you know, and if somebody, you know, wants to hold her, you know, I have no problem with that. You know, you got to be pretty fucking sketchy for me to go now. You know, she's really not comfortable with other people, which that would be a bullshit statement. I mean, she weren't even 5 years old and she was holding Roxy. I mean, and for as soon as I put her on my granddaughter's first words is she goes, "Wow, she's heavy." You know, but I'm small enough. They like the rear view mirror. Yeah, yeah. Great solve. Everybody say hi. Good morning, Oldie Driftwood. Oldie Driftwood, I've been watching my mouth a little bit this morning. You see in the aphids with the bow around you now. Oh, absolutely. Granted, it would be just to run in and get something real quick because everybody knows those places are AC. They're air conditioned. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't go like do a whole grocery list. But if I had just a couple quick things to pick up and I could run right in and grab and then fucking and get out of the store, you know, and then let them mob me in the parking lot because you know there are going to be people that are going to follow me out of the store or want to. You know, and once I get outside the store, I don't give a fuck how long I'm there talking to people. You know, but, you know, my mouth, I always see my mouth keeps some people away because I'll be talking to some people and I'll see people start coming over and then I start talking and the next thing you know, they turn around, they walk off. I don't care. I'm not for fucking everybody. I do my own thing. I go to my own beat of the drum. And I never came into this world expecting or hoping for a lot of friends. You know, I'm happy if I got 2 true friends. Because if you got more friends on your hand than you can count on your hand, they're not actual true friends. And that's just what an old wise woman told me. She goes, we all think that we have true friends. She goes, but I'm telling you right now, if you think that you've got more actual true friends than you can count on one hand, she says it's bullshit. And she's right. The true friends, there's only true friends are the ones that you call up when you know you would never call anybody else up. And that's what she's saying, a true friend. We have a crap load of snow here. You do? We got just a dusting coming today. It's snowing right now, but it's turning all over to rain. Heather, did you look? Did you look at your weather? Yeah, Dale's promoting an OnlyFans page that don't even exist. You're actually gonna say it like the fucking rest of the. You're fake news like the rest of them. But he just figures if he keeps saying it long enough that somebody is going to search for my OnlyFans. And there's not an OnlyFans out there with me for sure. My wife keeps saying that if she thought that she could make money off her feet, she'd like to do the foot one. And I was just like, I just can't even imagine fucking, and I probably ought to keep that to myself, but I'm sorry, fucking feet is nasty. My friend is me, myself, and I. Nothing wrong with that. You don't have to worry about those other two. You know, the other two fucking ever doing you wrong there, Evie. Dale is hilarious. What Dale say? Yeah, I laugh my ass off. Wife is my best friend. Mine is too. My wife just sent me something last night. I shared on Facebook. She sent me a red foreman and talking to his wife there, and they're at a party, and she looks at Red and she says, "Are you having a good time?" And Red goes, "Nope." He goes, "It's been brought to my attention that I honestly don't really like people." He goes, "I only like a very few people, and he goes, and you're one of them. He goes, and actually, you're the only one. He goes, I want to hang out with, talking to his wife. And she sent me that. And then she sent me another one this morning. Fucking, and I don't care. I think everybody here has a pretty good at fucking. It's a monkey, fucking female monkey going over to a fucking watering hole and bending over to get a drink. And then there's a male monkey sitting beside her. And as soon as she bends over to get a drink, he goes and gives her a swipe, you know, because, yeah, I'm a pig. My wife's getting swipes all the time as she bends over in front of me. And she sent me that this morning. And the caption was, every time I bend over, this is what my husband's like. Hey, what was that snake you had in your most recent short? I think I only just see it yesterday. My black, what the one that's my dark snake, my really dark boa. Jason is wed the big day. Oh, Jason's getting married? Oh, congratulations. Everybody congratulate Jason, and he's getting married Wednesday. Everybody likes to be, congratulated. Wedding? I don't know. I wasn't. I didn't really want to get married the second time, but she's never been married, so I figured she deserves to be married at once. I think every woman deserves to at least be married once. You know. Oh, he's married already? He got married last Wednesday? I got ya. Well, I see Jason is Wednesday the big day. Oh, for him to get his snake. I got ya. I got ya. I got ya. I got ya. Oh, she doesn't know it's coming yet? I thought he said, yeah, no, he already said she fucking was all right with it. Yeah. She's not gonna know. I told you, it's always easier to say sorry than it is to ask for permission. And it's a true statement. Whoever came up with that, it's a true statement. She will be think it's a ball python that I already have. Oh, you already got a white bell. So you're gonna have two snakes named the same name? Oh, you want to see the black one? I know, but dude, I've had her out every day that she's been in shed, even with her blue eye caps. And she's got only a day or two. She's probably going to shed today or tonight. So honestly, I just soon fucking wait till, the next video to bring her out. I mean, I've been messing with her all fucking for over a week now, fucking while she's been in shed. And the rest of these guys will contest to that. I normally would have no problem taking them out, and she'd probably be fine, but just for me, peace of mind for me that I'll give her the last couple days to shed before I take her out again. You know what I mean? And she probably wouldn't care, and it wouldn't be a big deal. It's probably more for me than anything, but I do love showing her though, so it has nothing to do with that, Skeeter. These guys will tell you, I normally take anybody out unless they're eating, unless they ate and I'm waiting for them to digest. It's really the only time I won't take them out. I don't know. I'll take this guy out. He was sleeping. He didn't even know until I touched him. He didn't even know I fucking was even in his fucking tub until I touched him. Yeah, a lot of people like the IMGs. She's an IMG boa. And I love the IMGs too myself because I mean, they changed their whole life. You know what I mean? When I first got her, she was like pinks, and I mean, she was really light. Her pad. I mean, you could see all of her padding on her sides and stuff. And now she's darkening up every fucking time she sheds. She gets a little darker. You know, I mean, she could end up being almost all black. I'm pretty sure her tail's going to stay, and I think some of her saddles on top, some of the color, but even her saddles on the top of her are starting to freckle in, big black freckles. So I almost think that pattern's going to end up going away too, her saddle pattern, because everywhere else has pretty much gotten really dark. The tail's the only thing that I haven't seen any of the black. You know, normally it starts and looks like a big black freckle, and then the next time they shed, there's more big black freckles. You know, adding to that already what looked like a freckle. So now it's starting to, you know, fill in. I do come across a few here in the outdoors. Yeah, yeah, her tail, she's got no freckling or speckling, the black speckling on her tail whatsoever showing up yet, Dale. And I'm pretty sure that her tail's going to stay, which would be awesome. You know what I mean? To have at least some other color. I mean, a lot of people want an all black snake, but I wouldn't mind retaining some color on her to to give that to the black shows up a lot blacker when you got something else to contrast the black to. You know what I mean? In person, maybe not so much, but definitely here on camera. I think she would look way blacker if I had something to make that to show the contrast between the two. You know what I mean? Instead of holding the white towel up. Look at her compared to a white towel. Yep, she's dark. Headed to do some estimating. I'll be back. All right, buddy. Hopefully you get. I hope you get the job. And it might be already you got it. You just got to give them an estimate. Do come across a few outdoors. Both chungo and hypo help keep the tail cool. And dorsals to an extent. Other kind of snakes. Other kind of snakes. I just got ball pythons and boas. Is all I got. Too bad we can't share pictures here. I know, but you guys go. You know, if you guys fucking sub deal up, like I said, Evie's got you has Instagram, so I know Evie will get you on Instagram. You know, Heather said something about picking Instagram up. You know, she could follow you. She could follow me. I mean, I only post on my snake channel. I only post snake stuff. So you're not going to come across anything nasty or, you know, I know some of you guys right now are going, oh, well, that sucks. I don't want to look then. But there are some of you that are like, oh, I don't like going to people's pages because, you know, sometimes we have a dark humor side. You know, on my Facebook, you're going to get whatever. You're going to get some snake posts. You're going to get some funny stuff. You might get, you know, me posting something, you know, kind of dirty to my wife. I mean, no pictures and nothing real bad, you know, but my Facebook page is my personal page. I do have a Boas and Balls page, but I ain't been doing nothing there. I haven't posted anything there, I bet, in a year. So, but I do the Instagram and this, and I do like doing my motorcycle videos, you know, in the summertime. But this is Capone. He is a banana genetic stripe, and he is beautiful. But he was so much brighter orange. His oranges, because he's not yellow. He looks yellow here, but he's orange and then a dark orange. You know what I'm saying? You see this the stripe light? That's like bright orange, and then his sides are just a light orange. It's not yellow like it's showing up here too. he will get the job. He is a pro and has a cool accent. Black snakes with a red diamond. Oh, I get you. Yeah, we got, like I said, milk snakes and garter snakes, and those are mostly the snakes that we get around here. Dale might get some different snakes, him being on the coast the way he is. The forecast next week is not great. 36 low and only. Oh, so all right. So yeah, see, Tuesday here for me and Evie is 38 Tuesday night, and Wednesday night's 45 for a low. So yeah, we'll have to hold out on yours, Heather. I'm sorry, but you watch on your end, because I can tell you right now, after Tuesday next week, it looks like I'm gonna be able to ship a lot coming up. The week after, I think it's supposed to be even nicer. So I've got shipping days I can do the week after. You start watching your weather, and we'll go on your weather, and then I'll check my weather. And I'm sorry for getting you excited. My wife said that last night. She goes, well, did you have Heather check her weather? And I go, well, no, everybody else normally is warmer from here. And obviously it's not, though. But yes, Heather, you watch your weather, and then when you find a Tuesday or a Wednesday night, I ship either only on Tuesdays or Wednesdays. I want a couple days, I want a couple days. Mondays they don't like. You can ship on Mondays, but they recommend that you don't ship on Mondays because it's a high shipping, day. So they recommend Tuesday to Thursday, but I don't like shipping on Thursday. I had one snake out of all of these that was shipped on a Thursday. I was supposed to get it Friday. Well, it didn't come Friday, and it was going to end up being in the fucking goddamn hub all weekend till Monday. And luckily, I contacted the seller, and they drove 3 hours to go get that snake. They had them hold it at at the next place, and she drove 3 hours one way to go get the snake, and then send it Monday for overnight for me to get it Tuesday. And that was enough to tell me that I won't ship after Wednesday. I want another whole day before the weekend for a snake to, in case anything happens. I don't foresee it. But I did have one snake that I did have an issue getting, not sending, but getting out of all these snakes. So, and I've only got one snake here that I actually picked up at a reptile show. Everything else was shipped to me, minus the babies that I produce, but everything was shipped. So, and I only had one that happened to, but I feel way better only shipping Tuesday or Wednesday. That way, Wednesday, it doesn't get there Friday. You'll get it Friday, if Wednesday, if you don't get it Thursday, you'll get it Friday, guaranteed, and they'll still be fine. The way I ship them, they'll be fine for a couple days, but I don't want them waiting 2 days. I want them to be there the next day. So, but that's why I only ship Tuesdays or Wednesdays. So just watch your weather, Heather, on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Coming up. And as soon as you get a night that's going to be 40 degrees, I'll ship that night. And then you'll get it the next morning. You know what I mean? And I would imagine it's coming up. Foxy. All right, I'll get Foxy out here. What kind of snake you want, Skeeter? I'll get Foxy out. I am sorry, Heather. My wife said instantly, and it wasn't because she didn't want to send her, but my wife was thinking more. I was thinking about hurry up and getting you your snake because I know you're excited. Everybody's excited about getting the animals. So hopefully it'll just be the week after. But she's not going anywhere. She's not. I got to advertise her still, Heather. Can we do that here coming up? Can maybe you message me some night that you've got time to go right on Morph Market? Because I don't have her on Morph Market, and I would like to put her up on Morph Market and then have you message me about her on Morph Market. I'd like to get the credit, so that way too you can leave me a review once you get her, an honest review, not nothing. I don't want anybody to add anything extra to it. Just your honest personal opinion on how your experience was with getting snake from me. That's all. I've been lucky enough, and I've got like 3 or 4 on there now, and they're all good. But in there, I do honestly feel that they were being honest. See, reach right in. Her head's right there. They really don't care. They know me enough now. I had my wife pull her right out of the tub this morning because I had to change her. She peed this morning. So normally I take them out and hand them to the wife, and this morning I said, well, you might as well get used to it. And I said, just, reach in and take her. And my wife goes, oh, I know. Yes, I appreciate that, Heather. I mean, not that, I breed a whole lot, but every little bit helps. You know what I mean? And for the most part, I don't think I doubt that I'll ever have anybody leave me a bad review. Because I'm more than willing to almost bend over backwards for somebody, when it comes to wanting snakes. When I find a good home, I'll work with somebody for sure. And I'm always willing to answer any questions I can. And like I tell anybody that, if I don't know, I got a great group of fucking people that I will get the right information. I'm not gonna, if I don't actually know if I don't feel that what I'm telling you is true, I'm gonna find out from somebody else that does know before I just go and give somebody bad information. But if it's about just care and shit like that, fucking obviously I can answer those questions without asking anybody. When people ask me about morphs and shit like that, that's when I will go and I will talk to Dale, somebody like that, you know what I mean, that knows this shit. Because I don't want to give out bad information, and I don't fucking have a problem telling people when I don't know, but I'll find out for you. I'm not trying to make myself more than I am. I'm just really a fucking redneck blue collar guy that loves animals, and I just want everybody else's to have same experience with the animals that I do with mine, and because I get so much out of it. When I'm having a bad day or whatever, I pull a snake out, and it's like jumping on my bike. I jump on my bike when I'm having a bad day, and I'm not a mile down the road, and my day's is already, completely turned around. I don't know. His wife doesn't like snakes that fear her. Well, all animals fear us until we gain trust. So I can't say that there's a snake out there that you're guaranteed that's not going to be fearful. You get something from Dale, it's going to be used to handling. So automatically, when you get it, there isn't going to be. Like my snakes, when people get my snakes, there's absolutely, the snake is not afraid of anything. It knows obviously it's somewhere different, but it doesn't take it that, oh God, now I got to worry about it, because they've never had no reason to worry about anything. So when you don't give them reason to worry about stuff, it just don't become a natural reaction to be thinking about or worried about something like that. Oh, this girl's so pretty. The snakes are therapy, man. They are. Animals are in general. It's not just the snakes. Same thing. I take my Savannah monitor out. I'm having a bad day, and shit doesn't seem to be as bad. It was way worse before I started interacting with my animals. My dog, same way. You know what I mean? You're having a bad day, you come home and the dog's all excited to see you, and a lot of that bad day starts to go away. Animals are amazing for fucking changing our fucking our attitude. But my bike does the same thing for me too, and it's not alive. Mystic Mountain's in the house. Good morning, buddy. Good morning. They gonna call you today for overtime too? I can't tell if she's coming off my arm or not. Come on, girl. She's not. She's just massaging my arm. She's not even trying to get in her damn tub. She's just sitting there massaging my arm. Come on, girl. There we go. Come on. Come on. There we go. All right. Yeah, I think she's gonna get ready to go in the shed. She don't have a pink belly yet, but I got a feeling probably in the next couple days. You want to come out feisty? I take her out all the time. I was going to take her out, but I'll probably leave her alone. I'm going to miss this girl, Twitch. Twitchy's such a good girl. And Ziggy, I'm going to miss both of them. I mean, I'm going to miss all of them, but in Phoenix, eventually, when Phoenix leaves, I'll miss Phoenix too, because, like I said, Twitch wasn't really, she was a whole bat. Yes, this girl is pretty. She's a female clown, hepfapide, 66% hepfapide. And Julia's taken her. Julia's taken her and her brother, Ziggy. He's the same thing, clown, 66% hepfapide. So, but they were supposed to be whole backs. I was keeping this girl, and I was going to keep Ziggy, and I was going to keep Phoenix too, but Phoenix is going to a good home, and these guys are too, Twitch and Ziggy, and it's going to give me actually, more room, so that way I can actually go ahead and pair. I can start pairing a female. Try to get her, stop building follicles. Oh, the wife's home. Wife's home. Well, I'm going to shut down and I'll come back after lunch. I'm not going to leave it going because every time I leave it going when I come back, I can't see any messages and it says everybody's gone. So I'm going to shut down now, but look for in about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, I'll be back up. All right, we'll see you in a few.